Here's your Farm and Ranch Report from the Montana Ag Network.
And welcome back to your noon news. Well, the U.S. livestock industry is welcoming the introduction of legislation again in the U.S. Senate aimed at reforming federal hours of service rules in a way that ensures animal welfare, highway safety, as well as the well-being of livestock haulers themselves. Among other things, Senate Bill 1255, the Transporting Livestock Across America Safely Act, would make hours of service and ELD requirements inapplicable until after a driver travels more than 300 air miles from their source, and it would also allow drivers to complete their trip regardless of hours of service requirements if they come within 150 air miles of their point of delivery. And just this morning, Congress doubled down on this very issue with companion legislation introduced in the U.S. House of Representatives. In some other news, this week the Wheat Quality Council is conducting its annual Hard Red Winter Wheat Tour in Kansas. And on Wednesday, I talked with Kansas Wheat CEO Justin Gilpin, who said moisture without question has been a huge game changer for the quality and yield potential of this year's winter wheat crop there.
Hey, Russell, we're definitely seeing better conditions of this year's winter wheat crop versus what we'd seen for last year's winter wheat crop. You know, the numbers that came in on day one had an average of 46.9 bushels per acre for the tour scouts. Those numbers were about 13 bushels per acre better than what we had last year on that same routes.
But even with that said, tour participants, including several international buyers, remain cautiously optimistic given all the trade uncertainties these days and their impacts on the overall U.S. wheat industry itself. And in a letter to Angus breeders dated May 1st, the Board of Directors of the American Angus Association announced that its Chief Executive Officer, Alan Michigamba, will resign effective May 15th. The Angus board said they know while the decision understandably may create some uncertainty among their membership, please be assured, they say, that the board values all of their members and the contributions each person makes every day. Until the position is filled, current Chief Operating Officer Chris Stallo will serve as the interim CEO and oversee the operations of the association and its entities. Stay with us. We'll have more ag news right after this. Well, a majority of farmers and farm workers say financial issues, farmer business problems, and fear of losing the farm impact farmers' mental health. Other factors include stress, the weather, the economy, isolation, and social stigma, according to a new national poll commissioned by the American Farm Bureau Federation. The polling found that many rural adults have either personally sought care or have a family member who has sought care for a mental health condition. And optimism is growing that the U.S. and China could wrap up a trade agreement yet this month. Trade officials from both the U.S. and China concluded talks in Beijing yesterday with another critical round scheduled for next week here in the United States. The Trump administration has appeared to be ready to walk away if an agreement isn't reached soon, but a deal at this point between the U.S. and China, they say, is expected in mid-May, with a possible signing of the planned agreement for June. That's a look at your ag news. Have a great day.